Hello there and welcome to my channel. This is Linus here from Sweden, and as you can see behind me we have quite a mess with a lot of tarps and wood pieces and stuff like that. And it's because last year we had our swimming pool right here, but now we want to plant potatoes here. A whole lot of potatoes. It's actually about 15 square meters because the swimming pool was more than 4 times 4 meters. So yeah, maybe it's even 20 square meters. So we got quite a lot. I'm not all sure what's that in square feet really, but it's about 20 square meters of a circular bed for potatoes, and we're going to plant some carrots too. But first of all, it cannot look like this. We have to remove all the tarp and the wood pieces that hold the tarp in place. So come along and see how things go. Nu ska vi se, nu går vi bort den här. Oj. Oj. So this is what the soil looks like. It's mostly just soil, but last year I put a whole lot of grass with soil on top of this, and also a lot of soil, and there was some old wood chips around everywhere. So as I dig through here, I find a lot of worms actually, which indicates that there's a lot of life in this soil, and it's also moist, which is good because it's helped to break down the roots and the grass from last year's. So I believe it will be a quite good soil to grow in actually. Now we will use some kind of tool, a rake or something, to just loosen up the soil, because we had a big swimming pool of 17 cubic meters, 17,000 kilos. So he wants some water in this thing. Du får vänta, you have to wait. So yeah, let's start to loosen up the soil. The thing is, it doesn't matter so much if there are some weeds growing back, because I will harvest it in like 10 weeks or so, which means that I will just can remove the weeds then. So it's okay to have some weeds. You know, doing this, being bent over like that, you can understand why people hire the soil cultivator that till the soil. But in the end of the day, you have to pay for it. And the time you put in going to the store to rent it and take it back, you'll be finished with the work. So why not just use a little bit of force and have it done yourself. The last part is often the most tough one. Makes you want to give up sometimes. But we have to remember what it says in the book of Galatians, that do not give up, for in due time you will harvest if you do not give up. It comes to many areas of life. Even making a garden bed. So just hold on, keep doing what you should do. You will reap good fruit in good time. So we got ourselves quite a nice surface, quite a nice circle that we can plant potatoes. Now I want to dig with my spade just around the whole circle, remove a bit of the soil and the grass weeds, so it will be actually like a natural weed barrier, so the weeds won't be able to grow in from the sides, because it would be like a slope. So the goal is to keep the weeds out, of course. We've got ourselves the ditch around the whole garden bed, and now let's try to loosen up all those weed parts. I think that it's basically dead, all of it, dead weed, so it will turn into soil eventually, good soil. Let's hope for that at least. We're just gonna do this, go around. If I find some live ones, you can just throw it on the side. I have about, can it be, 7 liters of cow manure fertilizer. So I will just throw it around everywhere to fertilize the soil even more. So let's just rake around the fertilizer. So the bed is ready for planting, and with me I have some potatoes that has sprout on them, and you can see what I've done. I just take in an egg cartoon, and I've placed the potatoes. I just did some store-bought potatoes, and I know that they can carry disease. I heard that you have to buy those potatoes for 10 times the price, but I didn't want to spend so much money, so I made them myself. I bought this for 60 cents per kilo, about 60 cents per kilo, which is very little. And I put them in our sauna, which we don't use that much, so it was cold in there. And yeah, they had just a little bit of light coming in, and it was quite cold, as I said. I think this was a month ago. So now they have nice, big, purple, green sprouts. So I believe they will perform very well. And now we have the expensive store-bought ones. It's hard to see. They're a bit larger, those potatoes. So I actually might cut them in half, because I'm not sure that they need to be so big. And I've counted it, so I have about 80 potatoes. And I reckon it will be quite a nice size to plate 8 potatoes in here. And yeah, let's see what the harvest will be. So this is, I don't know, 2 kilos. Maybe this is, maybe we have 7 kilos. If we can have 70 kilos, I will be very satisfied if we can have 10 times the harvest. Last year, with the lazy potato experiment, there will be a clip coming up soon. You will see that I wasn't quite so successful last year, but my hopes are better this year. So let's hope for 10 times, tenfold the harvest as we saw. Vänta nu. Pappa fixar. So if you wonder how far apart I'm planting them from each other, it's about 1 feet from each other. Yeah, about 1 feet, 30 centimeters. That's the goal. But it's not that picky. Maybe it's 20 sometimes and 40 sometimes, but it's around 30. So I'm just going to put this board over the land so I know which one is the store-bought and which one is the homegrown. So we will have kind of an experiment to see which worked the best. Was it worth purchasing the expensive ones, or can you do it yourself at home? It'll be a quite fun experiment. Nej, nej, nej. As you can see, we have 2 rows of the store-bought potatoes and maybe 4 rows of the homemade potatoes. We have some space left, which we will plant some carrots, maybe some something else, we'll see. But we like carrots and you can store them too, so we will definitely plant some carrots. Now let's dig them down. And as you can see, we will not be using the classical trench method because yeah, I believe just putting them down deep with a spade is easier, so that's what we're going to do. Now for the planting, I will start over here and I will just put them down as deep as this spade, which is about maybe 15 centimeters, half a feet, and I put them around there. Throw them in like that. And I just keep on. And I gotta make sure that the sprout, which will be where the leaves come up to, I gotta make sure that they are pointing up to the sun. We don't want to have leaves deep in the soil. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. I really think that plants can teach us a whole lot about life, you could say, as life goes and how things grow in our lives. And you see those potatoes, they're being prepared, and then we put them in the ground and you don't see at all that anything is growing. You don't see at all that something is about to give life. And sometimes in our walk in life and in our walk with God, it feels like you don't see the growth, you don't see anything happening, but you don't always know what's underneath the ground. You don't always know that life is beginning to form, and yet we will reap eventually. As I said earlier, that if we just do not give up and keep doing what we should do, keep doing the good work and keep staying to the word and so on, there will be fruit carrying. We will carry fruit. The last potato. And we're done. Now we'll just mark out where the potato ends, and we will plant some beetroot and carrots next to, or maybe some other crop. Yeah. Now I will just make a straight line with this board to see where I will plant the carrots. So the potatoes end there. Maybe here. And we got one more row here. Oh, oh no. Okay, so I will fix him up, of course. This doesn't look so beautiful. And then we'll see. Go for the planting. I will do 3 rows of carrots, the small ones. One with the parsnip and one with beetroot. Oh, it's so windy. Oh. Whoa. The last date for selling this bag is said 2018. So these seeds are almost 10 years old. This is actually what I started out sowing. I saw some parsnip. So I have no idea how they will grow. But I pray in the name of Jesus that we will have a big harvest. And that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this clip, and yeah, that you will stick around and see how the results will be. Now I wish you that you will have a good day, and God bless you. See you next time.